I don't know.
Right.
What would you do? I know both you guys work normal jobs. What would you do if your back was all fucked up and you could hardly walk?
Well, I could still do my job. I sit in a chair all day and type.
Okay.
I don't know. But Apocalypse, I believe he works at a senior care center, lifting, cleaning bedpans and lifting up old women. So
that's not true. That's not true.
Yeah.
Yes, but the thing is, I would just take it. I mean, if you're disabled, you're disabled. There's really not a whole lot you can do. I mean, work if you can, but I mean, you're not abusing the system in any fashion. You're just, you paid into it, and you're just taking out what you've put in. So there's really no problem that I see.
RD in the chat room says, how on earth am I ever going to talk with you, Kevin, if you ruin your voice by doing these 2+ hour shows? He's right. We are coming up to the limits of my voice, which means we need to hire Apocalypse to find another show for us to all go chat in. Ooh. Can you do it, Apocalypse? Or are you thinking bad?
But one last point, one last conversation. I thought, shouldn't there be a way for child support to be actually delivered directly to the child? At this point in time, with electronic transfers and payment systems, to have every dollar of child support you provide for a child be tracked and said, hey, this actually was spent on this child, instead of just, let's give them a lump sum, however often you do it, weekly or monthly. Why not just say, hey, this kid needs this much money? Okay, it comes out of the child support amount. And maybe there are some months, believe it or not, where the child doesn't use the full amount. It doesn't cost that much to be a kid. I was a kid. It's like a couple $1,000 a year is what it costs to raise a kid. It should not be 20. I don't know, but men would have to get together and probably advocate for political change. So
there are some movements going on like that, but they're not that big yet. I used to talk to a guy who ran a men's rights kind of movement, and that's when I was a real fighter. And so much of the fight is dead in me.
But it's not just a men's right movement, but it's also for the kid. I mean, if the kid knew how much money they were getting that was probably being siphoned off for the mom or her boyfriend, the kid would be like, look, if my dad's giving me, let's say you're giving them, I don't know what, you give them $1,000 a month, and the kid's like, hey, guess what? If I only spend $500 of this a month, I should be able to sock away the other $500 instead of having my mom use it to entertain herself. I would think, but that's just.
Well, the argument is that they're going to use it to pay rent, and they're going to use it to pay electricity, and all those things are going to benefit the kid. But I think you're right. I don't see anything wrong with itemizing a child support obligation to show where it's going, because so many men are pissed off that their women are using it on their boyfriend, or they're using it on shopping for their own self, or
for Apocalypse.
Or for Apocalypse, who just found us another show, by the way.
Oh, that's right.
He's good at that shit.
That's the same old one. Okay, yeah.
Are you going to go over to that show, Barco?
Yeah. I might stop by for a second, but it's not a very good one. So.
Oh, okay.
I actually think Kevin. I think RD wants to give you a call, so we should let you talk to RD. So because RD's like that. So.
Well, I would love to talk to RD, but I can't do it right now because I don't have my account set up for Unseen. But I will next show. So.
All right.
Barco and Apocalypse have been your guest. I will share both of their shows on the Facebook announcement for this page. You guys have been listening to Truth on Tap. We've been talking about hookers, tattoos, politics, and crazy exes.
All right. Next time I call in, Kevin, I will give you at least 2 out of my however many hooker stories, and I'll also have more feedback on your books because I'll have a weekend to read them. So.
Okay, that sounds good. And you're always welcome to call in. I'm glad you're on Skype now, because Skype's like the only thing I really know how to use, and I'm not even well versed on that.
So far, I really like the Pirates at the Diner.
That's good, man. That's really, Lost Dialogues of Table 18. It's my most popular book, and it was based on actual conversations. And clearly, the pirate makes that book. It wasn't me, and he was awesome.
Okay.
He died in 2011, I believe.
Oh wow! I thought you were both characters, but he's an actual character then. I did not know that.
The reason I call him a pirate with a big old feather hat is that's the kind of attention he would draw in any crowd, and he was just a short Irishman,
Is that Mike Callahan? You Are Gone, but
yes,
can never be forgotten, and it's who you dedicate the book to.
Yes,
and I think you dedicate the Onion book to one of your sisters.
Yes, I did. Mm-hmm.
For Smelly Kelly with the boiling beer belly, I love you, sis. So how did Smelly Kelly outrank the other 3 sisters to get, or are they dedicating other books?
No, she's my youngest sister, so we were the ones closest in age, so we were the ones that spent the most time together.
Wow.
And that closeness just kind of lasted, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas with my other sisters, we had some distance between us. And
all right, I'm going to walk across and try to grab your other two books and read their dedications real quick, because these are the more substantial ones I haven't dove into yet. But for Joe, who made me boom pow, and who knows they are hiding stuff, lots of stuff.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And
that's about UFOs.
This is Addie's Boom in the Blessed Frontier, featuring Addie the Great Dane, a novel for boys and girls alike. So, and it has the cover is the takeoff of the Warner Brothers cartoon logo, remember, kids, but there's the Apocalypse Now helicopters in the background.
Yeah.
And Charlie Don't Surf. So, okay. Dedication. Oh, for Mom and Pops who never stopped nodding. And for Tanya, who supported, endured, and edited my work. And finally, for Jan, who wanted this book enough to make me finish it. I don't know who any of those people are besides Mom and Pop. So, well,
Tanya's my girlfriend, and Jan's an old friend.
Tanya's your current girlfriend.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So this is the newest of your books, then.
Yeah, and it's my favorite. It's the one that's most close to a typical fiction book you'd get.
Okay.
Whereas, you know, like Name of Vault is an alien speaking in first person. That's kind of unusual. The Lost Dialogues of Table 18, that's all dialogue, so that's kind of unusual, you know.
Yeah.
So Addie's Boom is...
Yeah, I started with the shorter books, but so who is Jan then?
Jan is a friend of mine. Believe it or not, we met on Facebook. I've never met her in person, just like Joe, the one I dedicated Name of Vault to, never met her in person. We just became really good friends through playing a freaky Facebook game called Kingdoms of Camelot, in which we were all kind of running this little country, and with my friend Shane Maston, who's going to get a dedication in my next book. So the four of us were really close, you know, because we talked all the time about this stupid video game we played.
Awesome.
So,
isn't that amazing how that works? All right, well, thanks for tolerating me, Kevin, and I look forward to talking to you next time.
You will always be tolerated here, Barco.
Bye.
And I appreciate your candor and honesty. And Apocalypse, as always, I appreciate your deep insight and intellectual, pragmatic balls from hell.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so always welcome. Apocalypse put me on the map, guys. I will always be thankful to him for that. And I will talk to you folks later. So you heard from Barco, you heard from Apocalypse, and soon you will hear from RD, my favorite Dutchman. And RD, the first person who ever bothered to say about this show, this is my #1 show. What kind of crazy would say that about my little show? That was a huge boost to my non-existent ego. It made me proud, and I actually had to go and share that on Facebook. So yeah, we're going to go to another show right now. You guys have seen the link in the chat room. I've already got it up. And for those that don't know, if you can't see the chat room, it's Bipolar Radio 90s All Night. It's Diano Fucks You Network. I'm sorry, Diano's Fuck You Network. I hope that you guys got something from this show. Our fictitious story with our fictitious character named Chucky. May be fictitious, but she could also be incredibly real. And I encourage you to just contemplate that. Anytime you have a child who is being harmed by the barbs and spears thrown between parents, you have to put down the weapons and think. And if only one person in a given couple of X's is thinking, the child will still get hurt. So I think it's important that you, if you're dealing with a psychopath and they're going to lie anyway, I don't know, sometimes you put up a defense and other times you just got to let it go. This time I put up a defense. I get badgered constantly by this fictitious character, and I had to put up a defense. To call me a fugitive and a felon, that's not going to work for me. This is truth on tap, guys. You get the truth here. I'm not a fugitive or a felon. And that's just the truth. Do your Google work. Dox the hell out of it. I don't know what you got to do. And I would never encourage any of you listening who figured out that this Chucky character is an evil character. I would never encourage you to dox her. Oh, I would never do that, would I? No, I couldn't do that. Not in good faith. However, well, I'm going to let your imagination do the rest of that equation. I will see those of you in the chat room over in the new show where we can continue chatting. The only thing that happens after about 2 hours, my voice goes, because I'm not a professional. So then I either got to turn you to music, which you don't want, you'd get on the radio, or we can go to another show and keep chatting because my fingers still work, even though I got to put ice on my back and get some more frostbite. I've got frostbite scars on my back now from trying to numb it, if that gives you any indication of the severity. And I have to scream into a pillow. So that's kind of how my night goes. So I will see you over in the chat room of this other show. I want to thank everybody for bothering to tune in tonight, my European brothers, my American brothers, and Apocalypse and Barco especially for calling in and helping to make the show. If the show ever makes money, you make money. Till then, though, bitches do be broke, and that's how that goes. Thanks again for listening, and since that was that, then here goes this.
On Tap is now flowing from iHeartRadio. Get your Kierstead fix by Googling Truth on Tap with Kevin A. Kierstead. All the truth you can handle running hot on iHeart, Facebook, Spreaker, and more. You want the truth? You can't handle the truth on Tap.
Hey everyone, this is Grandpa Al Krushko from the Southern Cowboy Grandpa Al One Voice Network, inviting you to tune in for chat, rants, raves, and vents, along with thoughts and comments from special guests and some great music to help ease the pain until your next therapy session. That's 2 p.m. Central Time, Saturday rants, and Sunday brunch with Ed and Al, right here on Spreaker, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.com.